Hi class, today we're going to be working through a Zern lesson. This is Mission 1, Lesson 2, Corresponding Parts and Scale Factors. A lot of this should feel like review because we've talked about it before, so we're going to be solidifying your knowledge. Here we go.
Hi, today you'll continue working on scaled copies. Let's get started.
All right, warming up our brains, looking at these scale copies, looking at this triangle right here. Looks like it was 3 wide, 5 that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4 this way. So if I look here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here, this one's drawing my attention because it looks like I've multiplied by 2. Let's make sure that's the case on all 3 sides. So from 5 to 10, yep, that's times 2. From 1, 2, 3 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that one's good. From 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. This is a scaled copy because we multiplied everything by 2.
This is a scaled copy because all parts changed from the original figure in a consistent way. In a scaled copy, we call parts that have the same position within each figure corresponding parts. In these triangles, we say that this segment corresponds to this segment. We can show this in a table. The 4-unit side in the original corresponds to the 8-unit side in the scaled copy. Which segment in the scaled copy corresponds to this segment? What about this one?
Okay, so reviewing corresponding sides, we colored these last week, so this should be easy. We've got the slanty side is going to match up with the slanty side, so that's 10. Great job! And the 3 up and down on the side is going to match with the 6 on this side. So right here is a 6. Enter. You got it! Yay us!
We can also identify corresponding angles. I'll label the vertices to help us name the angles. This angle, angle ACB, corresponds to this angle, angle EDF. We can show this in the table. Now look at angle CAB. Which angle in the scaled copy corresponds to this angle?
Okay, now this video is assuming that you remember how to name an angle, just like we named our triangles. They're calling this angle that's highlighted angle CAB, because those are the 3 letters that kind of wrap around it like a hug. Okay, so if I trace from C to A to B, I'm clearly talking about this one. Okay, that's how it works. So if I want to find the corresponding angle right here, I need to identify the 3 dots starting at D, E, F, so that I mean this one. I could also use F, E, D, because the other way would be fine. I just need to make sure that E is in the middle of the points to indicate this angle right here. Since there's a drop-down choice, I will not worry about going backwards and just make sure that the E is in the middle. And we're excellent. So those are corresponding angles, just like corresponding sides. And we're going to do this again with this yellow part right here. To name it, we called it ABC. See, if you trace from A to B to C, that tells us our angle right there. So we need to name this angle right here. So we're going to name it EFD, or maybe DFE. I don't know. Let's see what our drop down says. Gotta make sure F is in the middle. There we go. E, F, D. Haha, we did it.
You may have noticed that this is a right angle in the original, and it's still a right angle in the scaled copy. The angles in the scaled copy have the same measure as the angles in the original. However, the segments in a scaled copy can change. The segments in a scaled copy are always a certain number of times as long as the corresponding segments in the original figure. We call that number the scale factor. What's the scale factor here?
All right, so we know how to find the scale factor by taking a corresponding side, like 6, and dividing it by 3. You can also say, well, what number did I multiply to go this way? If you remember, when we used scale factors, we were always multiplying. So either way will work. Let's see, what number are we multiplying by? We're multiplying by 2, and by 2, and by 2. So the scale factor is 2. Go figure. We're great.
3 times 2 equals 6. 4 times 2 equals 8. 5 times 2 equals 10. The scale factor is 2. Let's try another. Here is a triangle, and here is a scaled copy. Start by identifying the corresponding sides.
Okay, so we have a table just like last time. 4 corresponds to 12. All right, I see that. So 12. 5 corresponds to 15. And 6 corresponds to 18 on the scaled copy. Enter. Good work. All right, now, will the scale factor be greater than 1 or less than 1? Aha, we remember this. Since this got bigger, it's going to be greater than 1. Go. Yay, we're right. Now, what number did we multiply by? 4 times what gives me 12? Or you could ask, what's 12 divided by 4? The answer is 3. And it should be 3 all the way down because the scale factor is the same for the whole shape. Ta-da!
Try another one.
Oh, gotta love that music. All right. So the scaled copy goes from 10 to 5. Ooh, looks like we're getting smaller this time. From 8 to 4. From 6 to 3. So this time, since we're getting smaller, it's going to be less than 1. So you can see they've got our fraction nice and set up for us. The scale factor is going to be 5 over 10, but that would simplify to 1 over 2. Reducing fractions is great. And of course, it would be the same all the way through. So our scale factor is 1/2 because this is half the size down. Now, a lot of you guys might be noticing, if you were to go backwards, 5 times 2 is 10. You are right. You see the 2 right there? 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. So as we're looking at this, we can see that the fraction, it will have to do with that too. It'll just be dividing by 2. 1 divided by 2, which is 1/2. Ooh, more music. Okay, here we go again. 16 matches to 4. 8, matches to 2. 12 matches to 3. And the other 8 matches to the other 2. Voila. Ta-da! Is it getting bigger or smaller? Well, smaller. So our scale factor should be less than 1. Next. Okay, so we want our scale factor. So we could do 4 over 16. But we know that that can reduce. So I'm going to reduce it to 1/4. I told you we'd be reducing fractions a lot. And it'll be the same all the way through. Our scale factor is 1/4. Go! Yay, we're excellent.
Now it's time to bring it together in your notes. Find where it says Digital Lesson in your Lesson 2 materials and answer the questions.
Okay, so what I want you guys to do is in your notebook, I want you to just draw these 2 triangles and let's color the corresponding parts and find the scale factor. Okay, do you really need to write all of these words? No. Let's draw the shapes, color the corresponding sides, and find the scale factor. Are you ready? Let's go. No thanks. Now it's time.
Next up, Tower of Power.
That's what I was gonna say. Tower of Power time. This will be due tomorrow. Get to work.